Oh, hi everyone, and welcome to the Scratticus Academy. We are back with some more Urban Shadows. I love this game so much. Before I hand over to our lovely Lauren, please check out all the links coming up in chat now. That includes Discord. We have a channel, that's the word, a channel just for this game. We'd love to hear what you think and what are your theories as to what is going on. Also, if you've missed out on anything, you can head over to YouTube, and all of our games are put into playlists so you can catch up easily. If you'd like to get into a game, please head over to Twitter and drop Scrat a DM. Otherwise, a huge thank you to our wonderful sponsors in the form of Maychan Press. You'll have seen their Fey Folio yesterday. That is one of our viewer games if you want to come and give it a go. And also Dark Matter, which is D&D in space, which everyone needs in their life. Also, the Deck of Many, with the Deck of Many Things and the Moving Magic spell cards, which you can see there. Keep an eye out for their Kickstarter that's coming in May. There's some really awesome rewards coming. I've seen some of one of their new things, which are moving tarot cards, which look really cool, so keep an eye out for those as well. Also, there's Hero Forge with the painted minis. Scrat and I now have a show at 2 p.m. EDT every Wednesday where we drink a lot of coffee and sit and design characters and paint those minis with their new beta system, so come check that out. Also, last but certainly not least, Dungeon Fog. Whether it's for a campaign, whether it's for a one-shot, it helps you build your map and you correlate all of your notes along with it. If you update something on the map, it automatically updates it in the notes as well. It's very awesome. Otherwise, let's head round and say hello to all these lovely faces. And we will start with Ravenheart. Oh, hi.
What's up, guys? My name is Ravenheart, twitch.tv/Ravenheart. I'm known as like the horror guy here on Twitch. Play a lot of horror games. I'm also the co-founder of a charity event called the Scarathon, which is coming up May 29th through the 31st. 30 plus broadcasters over 3 days straight, all benefiting St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Make sure you check that out over at twitch.tv/ScareathonTV. And my character is Reginald Briggs, an old man, but an old hunter caught up in all of this. So a couple of sessions ago, we saw him kind of go ham a little bit, kind of bringing that old hunter, that young hunter back from within. So we'll see where his story goes going forward.
Awesome, thank you. Then we're going to hop over to Rue Messer. Oh, hi. You're muted.
Oh, hello. Yep, I was on the way to press that, did not press it faster than my mouth could start talking. I'm John Oriomatsu. You can find me on Twitter at RY0MASA. I am here as on the 930s, as you might know if you're watching this stream. Also on Unmade Gaming at 8 o'clock for Thrall D&D 5e. It's a gritty, dark horror fantasy nightmare hot mess is the best way I can describe that, really. Outside of sort of streams and games, I do a bunch of stuff from writing and designing, including my new... Apparently, I've just, at some point, I screamed enough about it that my branding on Twitter became that guy who yells about gun monks. So I'm making a gun monk for 5th edition D&D. That's coming out hopefully sometime soon. As well as my thesis, which I just finished. It is on my Twitter as the pinned tweet about gaming intentionally. It's about basically using drama therapy and tabletop games and LARPs as therapeutic interventions. So check that out if you have any inclination to read that kind of thing.
Awesome, thank you. Then we're going to hop over and say hello to Mr. Loki. Oh, hi.
Hola, Joaquin from Mexico here. I'm playing the lovely Jose Juan in this adventure, and for this occasion I put on my shirt. So we got wolves in here. Yes, go wolves, or coyotes or whatever. You usually find me lurking around in Twitter, and I got recently invited to another Urban Shadows RPG with Chantolo RPG. We're playing Urban Shadows 1999 in Mexico City in Spanish. a lot of Mexican cliches, a lot of swearing. It's really, really fun. So if you want to drop around, be my guest. And as always eager to hear what Lauren has prepared for us and this new adventure. And well, at least I got a new suit, so Jose Juan is happy right now. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm White Rabbit Pick. That's where you can find me on Twitter. I am the head mistress of the Academy. We love bringing new people into TTRPGs because more people should be playing TTRPGs because it is a wonderful thing. You can also check me out tomorrow on Gilding a Light for Zyra's Walkway, which I'm super excited about. But otherwise, I really want to play this game, so I'm going to hand over to the lovely Lauren.
Hey everybody, I'm Lauren. I'm Not Salty Ginger over on Twitter and half of Salty Sweet Games here on Twitch with my best friend Kiana. We have some exciting stuff coming up this weekend. We're announcing a new channel sponsor. We're going to be doing that Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific during our Call of Cthulhu game, Masks of Nyarlathotep, that I run. But tonight, I am your very kind and benevolent master of ceremonies. We are playing New Acadia Night, set in my homebrew city of New Acadia, based on New Orleans and the Buffyverse, with a bit of Sin City light thrown in. We use the Urban Shadow system, as you've heard. And if you don't know what it is, I'm gonna lay it down real quick. It uses the Powered by the Apocalypse engine for its base mechanics. It is a political urban fantasy game in which my job as the MC is to make the city feel political and dark, keep the characters' lives out of control and evolving, and we all play to find out what happens, because despite what any of them say, I have no plans. Until like the moment the plan happens, then there's a plan. But before then, no, refused, wrong. So, last time, Nike, whole in body but not so much in mind, asked his friends to meet him at the Morning Call Cafe in the park, where he told them what happened with Kara. Afterwards, Evelyn returned to her apartment to a healthier but no less volatile Belle, who requested that Evelyn retrieve an artifact from an exclusive auction happening that afternoon. That auction, run through the Lethe Casino, is what prompted Nike to take Jose Juan to get some fancy new duds from a downtown bespoke store, along with Eduardo. Eduardo and Jose Juan shared lovely breakfast, just so everybody knows. While there, Nike was reunited with the body of Ruizu, who didn't seem to know him. After some back and forth, the two agreed to talk more after the auction, which of course she had put together. When they were all leaving the store, however, Colton, sporting puncture wounds and a desperate look in his eyes, put a gun to Nike's back. Now for our song lyrics. Welcome to your life. There's no turning back. Even while we sleep, we will find you acting on your best behavior. Turn your back on Mother Nature. It's my own design. It's my own remorse. Help me to decide. Help me make the most of freedom and of pleasure. Nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to rule the world. And just to keep everyone in suspense a little while longer, Briggs, what's up? How's your morning been? What is Briggs up to since the events of last night?
I think like after it calming down and bringing everything down, like I think Briggs would have sought isolation after all that fighting that he did. Hold on, I need to get in the mood here. I need to turn the music back on this roll 20 here. Hold on. There we go. Anyway, okay, I feel the music in me now. Okay, so Briggs, I would say, definitely had to seek out some isolation after that, you know, and he definitely has been troubled sleep. Like dreams of gunfire and blood and breaking bones and death. Just all these memories, like in a crazy like whirlwind amalgam in his head as he slept. And he definitely woke up as like probably while it was still dark outside, like well before dawn, just drenched in sweat, just and all he could smell is that coppery smell of blood still stuck in his nose hairs, you know. Well, he's an old man, you know, he's got long nose hairs. Anyway, but he just slowly rolls out of bed. And goes and just goes to the wash basin in his bathroom and just looking at his old form. And for a moment there, he sees his young self. He sees the taut and tanned body of like the old hunter the younger hunter that he was so long ago. And then it slowly kind of like that one gif like from the Saving Private Ryan, where he just morphs back into the old man in front of him. And realization has set in for sure that he tried to get out of the game, but like it's back. This war is always raging between good and evil, I guess you could say. So I think he knows that he's back. And time to make a change. So he grabs some scissors, he grabs his razor, and he starts cleaning himself up a little bit. So trims the beard down, really nice. You know, it's still white, but like it's very, very like very nice and proper. Trims his hair all. He knows how to cut hair. He could actually be a barber if he wanted to be. Trims his hair very nicely. It's still like long, like medium length, but it's got a nice little wave over, like the bangs like coming over about ear height. Nice and uniform. You know? Keeps himself all cleaned up, trims his ear hair a little bit. And instead of reaching for his old musty hunter garb, he puts on a nice button-up shirt, white button-up shirt. Nice gray slacks, long slacks with the straight seam down the middle. Some nice thick, like dark brown loafers, and like a little boa on his. Oh, what do you call those little bow ties? Those little boa ties for like the cowboy kind of like little string.
A bolo tie. Yeah.
Bolo tie. That's what I'm gonna say. Puts on his little bolo tie, and he's got a long tail blazer, like sport coat, for his to round out his suit. Puts a little bit of pomade in his hand, slicks his hair back, and he's got his little stopwatch, his little pocket watch, and a little chain for his pocket. Of course, he's got his holster. Puts the gun in the holster underneath, and he's ready to come out. He's ready to start his day, looking like a brand new man. I doubt anybody in the party will even recognize him at first.
Yeah.
And so he goes out and down to the garage, and he remembers that he's driving this fucking Fiat. It's like, this won't do. So he unloads the Fiat, and he still has like the basic necessities, like he's still got his crossbow and ammunition in the back. But he heads out after having some breakfast and coffee or whatever, and as dawn is breaking, heads back over to what was the car dealership? What was his name? Was it Jim?
Oh, I think it was like Sam. Give me 1 second. Oh, no, you're right, Jim.
I remembered. Okay.
Yeah.
So he heads on back to Jim's garage, brings the Fiat back. You know, it's probably still in good shape. He didn't crash it or anything.
Yeah.
You know, there's no blood on it, surprisingly. You know, there might be some fur in the back seat, if you know what I mean. But yeah, he pulls the Fiat back up to Jim's garage, hoping that Jim's probably an early riser. You know,
sure, yeah. I think he probably sees you outside of the window and wishes he weren't an early riser. But he also blinks a few times, like no idea why you're dressed that way.
Yeah, the Briggs also has like instead of the big fedora, he has like a smaller fedora like that matches his suit, and he comes in and tips his hat to Jim. He goes, you know, this wasn't such a half bad ride. I might take it out to spin another time, but I gotta say I need something a little more my style, if you know what I mean. Something a little more classic. Can you help me out? And he gives him another stack of old bills.
Mm-hmm. He nods and kind of gives the the Fiat brief once over and is genuinely surprised that it's as good as it is. I think he probably has. I mean, what kind of car are you thinking? I'm sure he has like some Mustangs or something.
Like one of those old bucket car, like old bucket, like Cadillacs, like the shiny
yeah.
black with the chrome, you know?
Totally. I think yeah, I think he can hook you up. I think this is one of the cars like he doesn't necessarily want to give you, because it's one that he's kind of keeps, you know, in the back because it does have that classic feel. But you know, he owes you, and this is kind of a long-standing thing between the two of you, so he hands you the keys.
Is much obliged. I'll make it up to you. I'll tell you that. How about that? I'll make it up to you. I'll bring it back in one piece, I promise. And don't worry, I'm not taking it anywhere crazy. This for me is a joyride.
He just waves you out and like goes back to his coffee. It's so early, and he's probably not sure if he's awake just based on that you look so different. Yeah, I just wrote down promise.
Wait, is it actually a convertible?
Sure.
Oh no. Oh wow. It does look nice though. That's a nice car. Holy crap. Okay.
The top bit's significantly more susceptible to bullet.
Yeah, but it's pretty.
I think we're gonna keep the top on. You know, it's a little cold.
Yeah. It is. It's still February.
The only thing that car is missing, it's Eduardo.
Ooh, you're right.
True.
I need to make sure that Eduardo tries this car.
Oh, he'll like that car.
Also, for the record, calling it now, this car is not coming back in one
Definitely
piece.
not.
Calling
I
it right
wrote
now.
It down. I'm sure it'll be fine. Okay, where does Briggs head next, or does he get in contact?
to? Well, he's gonna be checking his phone, seeing if he got any messages, any voicemails, anything like that. While he's heading over to the church to talk to the Father. I always forget his name. Father
Diaz.
Father Diaz. So
Yeah.
let's head back over to the church.
Awesome.
Let's kind of close the door on this little adventure. This little mini adventure. Anyway,
Sure.
so he heads on over to the church to speak to Father Diaz.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Father Diaz is already there despite the early hour. He doesn't really go out for the carnival events, so he's doing fine. But he sees you pull up in this car and then sees you get out of the car, and it's just crosses himself. No idea what's going on.
I would say Briggs is standing up a little straighter. He's got a little smile on his face.
Yeah,
And,
fine.
And he goes, Father, I just want to tell you, the girl's in a safe place. And he gives him a piece of paper with the address on it, where she is. Like, don't tell a soul. Don't even tell her family. She'll be safe until this is all over. Unfortunately, it ain't over yet.
Can you tell me who had her? What was going on?
It was vampires, and something a little bit different. There's definitely something going on in the city, and it's all connected. Something dark is out there, and I gotta investigate a little more. Trust me, you don't really want to get involved with all this.
But Rosa, she is safe?
She is safe, I guarantee you. She's being taken care of by by one of Senora Ordonez's workers.
That is good. He's always watched out for the neighborhood, so.
So if you could just tell her family, don't tell them where she is. I don't want to put them in danger in case somebody comes looking. And trust me, somebody may come looking. So if I were you, I'd move the family too. At least out of this neighborhood for the time being.
I will see what I can do. They will very much appreciate what you have done.
You know what? I appreciate it too. I appreciate you, Father. You know, you helped me realize something with all this. Realize that my time ain't over. Stay safe, Father. I hope to talk to you again. It's kind of give like what? Like what does he mean by that? Like kind of like, am I never gonna see him again? So heads back to the car, gives him a little tip of the hat and drives off. I'd say Briggs makes one more stop back at the safe house. Gets all the equipment he needs, like extra pair of clothes, maybe some extra like non-perishable food, extra ammo, extra guns. This loads the back of this car up for like so he can be gone for a few days.
Gotcha.
If need be, like anything he possibly needs. And yeah, I guess we're gonna head off into the city.
Yeah,
and,
whereabouts do you think he's headed?
I would say like he's headed back towards like the tea shop.
Oh,
and
really?
like he's checking his messages and like, have we got any messages on the way?
The tea shop, you say?
Uh-huh.
The tea shop. When's the last time anyone checked on the tea shop? I don't know. But you do get a call on the way from Katia Fortier.
Well, Katia, why did it take you so damn long to call me? I'm glad you're alive.
Reginald, did you see that woman? Yeah, I'm glad I'm alive.
Was that even a woman? What the hell was that? It was like the Terminator.
The what?
Something straight out of a movie.
Oh. Fuck, Briggs. Yeah. She threw me against the fucking bar.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine, but I knew better than to keep tangoing.
Well, she definitely ain't no regular vampire, whatever the hell. Did you get a good look at her?
Yeah, I mean, I know what she looks like. I guess the only thing that really stood out to me were her eyes.
What do you make of it?
I'd have to do some research, but something is in the back of my mind, like an old story or something. Not about vampires, though.
So she ain't no vampire. Why the hell's she rolling with them then?
I mean, she could be. You said she was talking to some fey too, right?
That's what I heard, yeah.
There's some activity up at City Park this morning that we just got word on.
Should I head on over there?
Maybe
Believe
if
me.
you want to check it out.
I'll keep my distance, but don't worry. I'll be incognito.
How would you do that? You're like 6-something, big, scraggly, hairy. What are you gonna do, Briggs?
But Briggs, he readjusts his rearview mirror to kind of make it look at him, and he goes, "Trust me, if you saw me right now, you'd agree with me."
All right. Don't do anything over hasty.
You know me. I'll talk to you soon. You stay out of trouble though, all right? I don't know who this person is and what kind of stable she running with, but she may come after you. Just make sure you have backup with you at all times, and I'll contact you soon.
All right, Briggs.
All right. So, I guess he's still gonna stop by the tea shop just to see, And then he'll head on over to City Park after that. So, yeah.
The tea shop.
I'm scared.
So, the thing is, when
I am afeared.
one fear, and it's that. When you get to the tea shop, everything looks pretty normal out front, except you with your hunter eyes. You see the part of the front door has been like broken through, like the glass area.
All right, so I think Briggs will kind of stop down. Am I right there? There's no one around. There's like no cars or anything around.
No,
it's like
it's
empty.
It's really early, and
Okay,
it's
so
like the one break before the actual Mardi Gras day.
Mm-hmm. Okay, he'll take out his little scope and just look like a little closer out the window. You know, kind of roll down the window. I'm hoping that's tinted windows, and in this old car. Anyway.
Sure.
And he just kind of like leans over with the scope, and just looking out, like zooms in, see if he can see anybody there, any sign of life.
You don't see any movement inside.
Okay, so make sure his gun is ready. You know, like he has the extra clip, his pistol, and he'll step out of the car, light a cigarette, and start sauntering over there, keeping an eye up and down the street, checking the alleys as he approaches, one hand in his coat, just in case he has to draw.
Okay.
Gets closer to the tea shop, approaches the door.
Okay, you can see that it's obvious, like, looking at this, it's pretty obvious that somebody has either cut or even maybe punched through, probably to unlock the door from the inside.
Any way I can investigate? Place of power?
Yeah, I'm sure there is. Yeah, let's go investigate. Actually, I would take either investigate a place of power with mortality, or I would take let it out to extend your senses.
Let it out? Okay, 1 second. Let it out. Okay. Here we go.
Okay, so you mark corruption and you choose one from the list. I think the one you're looking for here is extend your senses, supernatural or otherwise, to kind of figure out, who was here, what happened. So go ahead and mark the corruption and...
Yep. I got 3 now.
Kind of seeing this in the way it's done, it's you don't get that smell of undeath that you got like with the reanimated corpses, with even like Kara or her groupies, whatever you want to call them. Yes, Joaquin, calm down. But
Ghost. No, sorry.
You can feel this this violent energy, almost.
Like a supernatural violent energy, or like something happened here was violent, like someone got got.
Both. Because this feeling, it isn't like, like people picking a fight. It isn't that heated violence, like where most like fisticuffs or robberies or things like that would come from. It's very cold.
Okay, so step into the shop, and he calls out to, what was the shop owner's name again? Refresh my memory. Una, you in there? Make a sound. It's Briggs.
No answer.
Draw the gun. Going in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going in. I'm going in, guys. Okay. Anyway, so just like typical like kind of military style. Clear the rooms. You know, go each room. Clear.
Yeah.
Do I keep that extended senses as I move throughout the tea shop?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
You can almost kind of track it. You know, maybe there was a strong presence kind of here in the front room, and then it kind of almost like wafts toward the back door and the alley.
Okay, well, I'll check every single inside room first, like the back kitchen, the back office area. Look for signs of struggle.
Yeah, it looks like someone was here. Like, it looks like dinner's just been cleared up. So obviously this didn't happen too long ago. It hasn't been that long since you last saw Una.
Mm-hmm.
But the box of files isn't here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Any blood?
No.
No blood. Okay. All the cash still there? Like the safe isn't open or anything?
Nope, doesn't look like a robbery.
Okay. So there's obviously no one in the entire building.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And do I find like a phone, anything like that, a message, any kind of written anything, like maybe that there's like a message on the answer machine, anything like that?
And you check all the rooms, right?
Every single room.
Yeah.
Like military style. Like clear every single corner.
You go, it's in that back room, the one with the like screen door that leads out into the alley. Mm-hmm. And, you know, everything pretty much still set up from the kind of seance that y'all held. And on the floor, like it looks like maybe the wind has like blown through like the screen and kind of knocked some papers aside. And on one of these pieces of paper, on several of them actually, it looks like Una presumably has scrawled something down. But you don't know when this was from. It could have been from the seance or it could have been later.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What does it say? You can type it to me if you want to.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
They're lyrics to a song.
Okay.
Help me make the most of freedom and of pleasure. Nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to rule the world.
So he just like thinks about it for a second. He's like, Tears for Fears? Puts it away.
Uh-huh.
Steps out into the back alley. The gun's still drawn, following this wafting like energy, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
I'm of course Briggs probably remembers that portal something there.
Yeah.
So he's definitely very wary of that still existing. So he's just looking around, investigating the entire alley around the door.
Uh-huh.
Looking for that shimmering again.
Yeah. It's hard to see, but you having sensed it before, you still generally know where it is, whether or not you can like see it. But from the alleyway, kind of on the opposite side, you see two figures.
Shit. Okay.
He's like, wait, there's no one here.
Briggs ducks down behind the like very carefully behind the dumpster right there. Hopefully there is one right there.
Yeah.
And he's peeking around, seeing what he can see.
It is the woman with turquoise hair and a man with violet hair.
Okay. Are they talking?
No, they're not. They're kind of walking, not quite in sync, but close enough that it looks a bit odd. They stop about kind of halfway towards you. They seem to be looking into thin air, but you know what they're looking at. And both of them kind of cock their heads to opposite sides.
Mm-hmm.
And you do hear one of them say, "What do you think it is?"
Briggs is just gonna wait and like listen, and then try to the retreat if they get too close.
Mm-hmm.
So just waiting and listening and observing. Hopefully that they haven't noticed him yet.
Yeah, not yet. These two kind of, they move around it very carefully. Closer to you, but keeping their eyes on this space.
So they're kind of walking like this, like walking around it, like looking.
Yeah.
Okay. So like their backs are almost to Briggs now.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Briggs is gonna retreat slowly back toward the door, like still crouched, and back into the door, like inside the door, and still like looking, like trying to keep an eye on him, seeing what they're up to.
Yeah. You hear one of them say, "Do you think that human knows anything?" The other one shrugs. "Should we ask him?" Shrugs again, and both of them turn in tandem to look at you.
Briggs is like, he's like, I can imagine like something like this. He's like,
"Hello, mortal." The femme presenting one with the turquoise hair seems to be doing most of the talking.
well, it can kind of meet your acquaintance. May I ask who the hell you are?
He wants our name. How forward. You can call us Corey.
Is that Corey with a K? No, never mind. Name's Reginald Briggs. You don't happen to work for Ms. Karen McKnight, do you?
He gave us his name. He must be very trusting. Kara. We do know Kara. Do you know Kara?
Oh, believe me, I know Kara, and I don't necessarily want to know her.
She's very friendly.
Huh. Well, she wasn't very friendly after I shot her in the face, I'll tell you that.
They both kind of titter. Like it's this very kind of light, bell-like laugh between the two of them. Do you know what this is, Reginald Briggs? And they both point behind them.
So Briggs is gonna come around the corner, just like his gun still like not necessarily pointed at them, but like he's not holding it straight down. He's just kind of like holding it like this, like just coming out. He's like, I got no idea, but I'll tell you what. I know an old friend of mine turned into some walking corpse. Came waltzing through it the other night. Maybe you can explain it to me.
Very quickly, back and forth, they speak. it's so rapid and it sounds like gibberish to you. But they stop. No idea.
Am I sensing any kind of like is Briggs sensing any kind of like imminent danger from these characters anymore? Like he was definitely suspicious of them, but like he's careful. He's like experienced enough to know if someone's gonna try to is ready to fight or not.
I think as a hunter, you know that fey are dangerous in not necessarily in a physical way, but in other ways.
And he sizes them up like they're not armed or anything.
No.
They don't look like they're wearing any kind of like protective gear or anything like that.
Nope.
So Briggs he carefully just puts the gun back in the holster, gets a little more relaxed, straightens his jacket out a little, trying to be a little more calm. He goes, well, I came here looking for the shop owner. You wouldn't mayhap seen her around here, have you?
We can smell them.
I think I smell them too, but maybe my senses ain't as keen as yours.
They both smile, again in unison. The smell disappears here. And they gesture behind them.
So you're saying someone took her? Or maybe she went through there herself?
They shrug.
So can I ask you a question?
What will you give us in return?
What are you looking for?
Friends.
Well, I'm not sure if you want to make a friend of an old man.
You're not so old.
Well, thank you kindly. And he warms up a little more. Stands up a little straighter. I'll tell you what. I'll be your friend. If you want to be my friend.
Well, you want to ask us a question, and we want for us to be friends. That seems like a good bargain. And they both hold out their hands.
Briggs, he throws down his cigarette and stomps it out and carefully, he cracks his neck a little, steps forward, holds out his hand, shakes the gentleman first, and then the lady first, and then the gentleman.
Mm-hmm. They as you go to shake, both of their hands kind of slap around yours, so it's like one big shake. And you feel like maybe you owe them something.
Great.
So what's your question, Reginald Briggs?
What is Kara McKnight? And what does she want? Or I guess that's two questions.
Pick one.
What does she want?
She wants to correct a mistake. She wants to bring back something that was both dead and living. She wants to make amends.
Make amends? You're gonna be all cryptic like that, huh?
This is just how we are.
I can kind of see that. All right, Corey.
She wants grace. They both get really excited. They both nod. She wants Grace.
I don't suppose you mean a person named Grace.
Grace, Grace, Grace. They get very excited.
Oh, calm down now. Calm down. All right. Don't get too excited. So, I don't suppose you're gonna ask it. You're gonna answer any more questions.
Unless you have more to offer us.
The smoke.
They both wrinkle their noses.
Well, he steps a little bit closer to like this like portal thing,
Yeah.
and like he just kind of reaches out, sees if like what happens once he gets closer to it.
I want you to roll Let It Out again.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Oh, nice. You can ignore the corruption if you want, or you can pick 2 from the list, which is take +1 forward on your next roll, extend your senses supernatural or otherwise, frighten, intimidate, or impress your opposition, take definite hold of something vulnerable or exposed. So you can either take 1 and take the corruption, or take 2. I always get this mixed up. On a hit, choose 1 and mark corruption. On a 10+, ignore the corruption or choose another from the list. That's right.
So I can mark a corruption and pick something from the list, basically.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mark the corruption.
Cool.
I
I think it's the influence of this place. Yeah, and you can pick 1 from the list.
So I can learn more about this right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna extend my senses, see if I can. I want to see beyond this thing. What's on the other side, without being sucked into it. Or
sure, totally, sure. Okay. You see a room, just an ordinary, wood floors, peeling paint room. But you see a door behind it that opens into a long hallway, too long. It just goes on and on and on. You hear Una calling out. It doesn't sound like they're crying necessarily. It's like they're trying to just see if anyone can hear them. It's almost like as you're peering through this, you hear a door slamming shut way far down this hall. And you hear the clicking of heels, the click-clack of heels along the floor. You hear more things as you hear doors creaking open and then shutting. You swear you hear Jebediah's voice, a scream of pain. And as you spend more time, the smell starts to come through, and it is a smell of corpses upon corpses. And I think that is what overwhelms you and finally pushes you back from it.
Yeah,
and the Corys are immediately over you.
I'm I think I know what the hell this thing is. But I tell you what, I don't know if I want to go on the other side. But but I think my friend is in there. Briggs, he's like, ugh, lights a cigarette again. Like nervously lights a cigarette.
Is he lying back?
Yeah, he's just like kind of like maybe like back on his like haunches a little bit, you know? Just stands up and lights a cigarette, and he goes, all right. Well, Corey, y'all fancy going to the park with me?
We were just there.
What? Does that mean you don't want to go?
They shrug.
Well, I'm head there now. You can go ahead and tag along if you like. But I'd be careful. People, my friends, they end up, well, bad stuff ends up happening to them. Just be wary of that. It ain't my fault. And he just walks back through the like,
Yeah.
He just mumbling, it ain't my fault.
They follow along, and let's cut over to our friends who are outside of Canal Place, the shops at Canal Place, and one of them has a gun pointed at their back. Hey, how's everybody doing? How y'all doing? Doing good? Yeah.
Notice the gun, or is it more that we're walking away and Nike stopped?
Yes.
Okay.
I think you two were probably out ahead a little. You, Evelyn, Eduardo, and Jose Juan have the best view of Colton, and it's you who can see the puncture wounds on his neck. It is still afternoon. It's sunny out, though it's cold. What do you do, all of you?
I think Evelyn looks Jose Juan and Eduardo like looking at the puncture marks. Are there people around, or is this being done subtly and there's people moving in the street, or
it's more like y'all are probably in the parking lot at this point, and it's definitely being done semi-subtly.
I think Evelyn steps forward, not too close in case, because does he look shaky? Like, does he look nervous, or?
Colton? Yes.
Yeah.
He looks angry.
And I think she looks at him, takes one step forward, but won't go super close. Colton, what are you doing?
He died. I saw him die. I don't know what this thing is, but it is not Nike.
That he did, but as you can see, he's stood upright and fairly well dressed right now. So
this isn't Nike style at all. Sorry.
Yeah, it's like, no, you would be right.
Nike would never wear tracksuits.
He would never ever wear tracksuits.
Who are you? What did you do to Nike?
Nike standing in like with a gun to his back. Here's like, that's not like style. It's like, Colton, you of all people should know that I don't wear a suit like 24/7. Okay, no, I did consider suit jamas at one point when those were a fad, but I didn't actually buy them, and you know that. I wear sweatpants to go to sleep. Come on, seriously? Also, apparently, you're gonna need a bigger gun.
Colton, just talk to him.
Sounds like him.
Exactly. He's still a bit of an asshole. That didn't apparently killing him. That doesn't change anything.
Actually, I think I'm a bit more justified being more of an asshole now that I've died.
I'm
once.
really
Thank you very
trying to
much.
save your life here, so. And she sort of looks towards you.
I'm like, yeah, no, okay, fair. I don't think it matters, but fair.
Eduardo and Jose Juan noticed that he just stopped walking and Evelyn
Yeah.
Okay.
Eduardo has done this weird thing where he's like kind of stepped to be in front of both you and Evelyn.
Uh-huh.
Once
He's
kind of
in
realized-
front?
Yeah, he's in front of the two of you. He's trying to mom arm you.
Okay. So I'd like to look around.
Yeah.
Hey, Nicolas,
You can
we going
peek.
in or what? I mean, you said we're going in, right? What's the hold up?
Like he just looks at Evan like, has he not noticed?
I think if like Eduardo's just sort of stood in front, and if like Jose's there, she pulls him back behind Eduardo. Just so you're aware, Colton has a gun. Pushing up against Nike's back and 2 puncture wounds on his neck. We need to probably approach this quite calmly.
Oh, that's what happened when you don't pay people. No.
Exactly. And then she pokes out the other side of Eduardo.
He's like, excuse you, I pay him, and then like leans back. I pay him a lot, actually.
Stop moving.
Oh, jeez. All right, look.
So, what are we gonna do here?
Well, Colton, you have the gun, and normally that's when you make the demands, and we, see if we can come to an arrangement. If you want to switch position in this,
For the first, this kind of like red glare that he has like stops as he looks at you like, no.
yeah, I know, but she's like,
Like he's like, yeah, well, I would
Look at him
happily
shaking, like-
rather be holding the gun in this situation, for sure.
How can you tell it's him? I saw him. She ripped his arm off. She cut his throat.
yes, she did. Nike, do you want to show him?
It's been a couple hours since then, right? Like,
Mhm.
I'm gonna say that, like, because I'm a big fan of cinematics, the scars are gone by now.
Okay.
So Nucky just kind of, like, pulls one thing, because he can't see this bit, just, like, pulls the side of the jacket open, just does that. And there's nothing there.
Okay, so, Señor Coulton, you know all the business Nicolas has, right? Like all the things he does. Yes.
Yeah. Even the stuff he doesn't tell me about.
Okay. So you seem to be very close to him. So, what if he's able to say something very private and maybe convince you that he's truly Nicolas?
All right.
So, Nicolas?
Oh, man. So here's what I would like to do, if possible.
Sure.
I would like to roll to figure out what I can say to Colton that would convince him, because I'm not sure what it is. And God help me if I fail.
Okay.
So Jose and Evelyn just like round the side of Eduardo.
Yeah.
This.
Yep. And I missed. Look at that.
Oh,
God
no.
bless. Gonna get a bullet in my back. I'm excited.
Wait.
Okay, waiting.
Can I help him?
Would you like to lend a hand?
Yes.
How?
Root for him.
God.
Give him the speech.
Okay. No, wait. What if I tell him, like, I see that Nicolas is like frozen, like trying to think
Yeah,
something that
yeah.
would try to convince him and say,
Yeah.
okay, Nicolas, what was the thing that I took the blame from that you got your hands on? Yes, that. What was it?
Oh, yeah, no, it was like an idol or something, right? I don't remember the name of it. I pawned it off like 30 minutes later, but like, you know, that thing.
Okay, if he doesn't get shot by Colton, I think Jose might.
So
Do I have to roll, right? Or just
yes, you need to roll anything with mortality.
Oh boy.
mortality and
Uh-huh.
lend a hand, right?
Yeah.
All
The
right.
worst part is Nike has legitimately forgotten what it was because it didn't matter.
Okay, so
Dude, no!
you will get a
I
plus
lost
one.
my job because of this, and Father Diaz, come on!
Failing, you do succeed.
Okay.
So you can
Oh my god.
ask 2 questions. They hold
Okay.
one on you. However,
Yep.
with a 7 to 9 on lend a hand, Jose Juan exposes himself to danger, entanglement, or cost.
Okay. Maybe Jose Juan gets a little bit too near Colton.
Yep.
Like try to calm him out.
Yeah.
He's trying to find the words in English. He's having trouble, and he's like
Yeah.
looking at Nicolas like, you know, remember, right?
So I
thing you
think
took, right?
Colton
The one that
just keeps a hand on Nike, but angles the gun toward Jose Juan.
Oh, cabrón, espérame. No. I mean,
Valen's like, oh, for God's sake.
Yep.
however, with that aid, he's able to remember that. Maybe that
Yeah.
can help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's something. Colton's an oracle. No one
Yep.
knows that but Nike.
That's true. So Nike's standing there with a gun pointed at Jose Juan, and Nike sort of like turns a little bit to look at Colton over like the back over his shoulder, and just goes, "So are you shooting him in 30 seconds or what? Because you know that already, and I know that you know that already. So I'd appreciate it if the answer was no."
His like whole body almost like collapses. You see the desperation and the doubt and the anger go out of his eyes as he realizes that you are Nike, and he hugs you.
God, he's a good boy.
He is a good boy.
You didn't even
deserves
pay
a
him for
rise.
that. Like,
I didn't even pay him for. Yeah, bless his heart. Okay. Nike just kind of like awkwardly, like I feel like Colton has like dropped and is like hugging him like at waist. Like he's like one arm down, like yeah, and then like two like Jose Juan or Evan like get the gun.
I take the gun.
Yeah.
Get that away. All right. Okay. Good to see you two.
He's
But,
crying.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's all right. Well, gonna need new pants.
So what happened to you, Senor Colton?
Yeah. What is with the accessories?
What are you referring to?
You know, and like Nike just points at the bite mark, like
Oh.
that's new.
He kind of regains his composure and wipes at his eyes. After I ran from the car, I started screaming for help, and she jumped me. I remember hitting the ground, I remember pain, and I don't remember much else, but I kind of knew. You know how I know things. Sometimes I knew that it was better to
Yeah.
just let it happen and she'd move on quick. She likes when they fight her.
Okay. 1, creepy. 2, okay. Well, 3 contingent on 2. Did you know about the? And like Nike does like a motion of like getting back up, kind of like a grave kind of thing. Or was that because I if you didn't know, I am sorry that you ran for help. Because we could have avoided that if either of us had known about that, apparently.
He shakes his head. It's like there was a cloud over you. No, I didn't know.
Well, that's suitably ominous. Okay.
Why are you all dressed like that?
And at that point, Evelyn later would say, yes, I do believe we're supposed to be going to an auction. Are we still going?
That's the idea. Yeah, it turns out, and Acadia looks at Colton and is like, turns out Rui is still kicking.
Great.
Or at least someone in her body. Okay, actually, no, now that I've said that, I understand the entire... Okay, no, actually, okay, no, I get it. That's fair. Yeah, so somebody in Rui's body, who is not Rui, or at least doesn't recognize me, is wandering around. And so now that I've said that out loud, I understand the god. Okay, you know what? All is forgiven with the sorry and the god thing. But I'm going to deal with that now, is my plan.
All right. Do you need a... Well, I don't really have your car.
No, but I'm bad at driving. So, if you don't mind.
So I don't have your car.
Okay, we'll just get a car.
The Uber that y'all had called finally pulls up. Finally pulls up.
And Nike, like, without asking anybody, without saying anything, or just like waves it, like, go, nope, sorry, my bad, go, it's fine, go away.
Nike, you have to do that on your phone.
So no, I'll pay the fee. It's fine.
Give me a moment. And she walks over to the Uber, and it's like it sort of like taps on the window. Hi, yes, I need to go to an auction. And she sort of gives well, the address would have already been
right
given, and she opens the door. She's like, "Is anyone coming with me?"
I look back at Eduardo.
I don't like this, amigo.
Come on,
Nike,
man, we'll be okay.
Nike walks up to Evelyn and is just like, so I anticipate, because apparently that's our luck recently, things going badly at this auction, and I would like to not have to wait 12 minutes and a phone call to pick up a car next time. I'd like to have a car that's waiting.
Yes, well, there's lots in the car park at the auction.
Okay, so we're just gonna, you know what? Hold on. And Nike takes a couple steps back and then just texts Briggs, like, hey, I loaned you a car. My turn.
It's like literally Evelyn's like, we know a rather nice gentleman who owns a Fiat who tends to appear sort of when we need him most. So if you drop him a message, I'm sure he'll meet us and pick us up there.
If that's okay. Well, how about Nike texts Briggs of the car park with the full intention of letting Briggs drive them to the thing, also because Briggs is scary and has guns. And then also that way someone can watch Briggs's Fiat, I guess.
Evelyn is going to be so sad you don't have a Fiat anymore.
I'm
sad.
I am actually.
We're all sad about it.
We're all a little sad about no Fiat.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like well, I'm gonna just have someone waiting in said Fiat. So, you know, just meet us at the thing. Like that's all he says.
Okay, so are we going?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fine.
Yeah, Eduardo, come on.
So actually, hold on. So we've got what, 4 people now, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, no, 5.
No.
5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colton.
Oh, we've got 5 now. Yeah.
And Eduardo. Yes.
It's fine.
Eduardo is so sexy he doesn't count, but okay.
That's true.
Oh wait, no. So actually, who got the Uber? That's a good question. Because If it's Nike, it's absolutely a black. It has space.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think you
wait,
said it was
you
an
said
Uber
that.
black.
Yeah,
you
Yes,
said it was
that.
an Uber
You
black.
said that. Yes, true.
Nike wasn't
Okay.
intending to share a row with people, and now is sharing a row with Colton, and this is acceptable to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so the 5 of you pile into the Uber Black and head.
Yeah.
You're already downtown, so it's actually not much of a ride at all. But traffic's heavy. It's carnival. It's the day before official carnival.
Yes, one of those we could have walked there faster moments.
Yep. And you arrive in front of the Lethe Casino. Briggs has your message. We'll see what he does with that when we come back from a break. Boom. Let's do it.
Everyone go get a drink, stretch your legs, tell your pets you love them, and we will be back in a moment. Bye. I remember when we were one, when this land had only one people, the first clan, the elves known as the Tarkans. Over time, differences emerged. Some elves, such as I, secluded themselves. We focused on knowledge, on recording the world around us as well as its denizens, its history, its morphology, and its magic. The other elves left the mountains to reach towards the beyond, to become one with it, to become its avatar and its guide. Thus, the second clan was born, the Mortaran. Many years later, the Men of Stone, the dwarves, emerged from the earth. When they first came to the surface, our sun proved too much for those so accustomed to life within the below, its guiding light granting them nothing but blindness. But soon, our alliances brought benefits. They shared with us their knowledge of architecture, smithing, the below, and the creatures within. Lastly came the humans, and with them came war. Such ambitious creatures, though they lived no longer than a child, the speed of their advancements were astounding. The humans brought knowledge of farming and agriculture, but in battle, they were a wild, fierce, and unpredictable foe. However, after a few generations, their tempers calmed. They appointed a leader, but this was not one for all. Treaties were signed, alliances were formed, and 2 new clans were born. The Caligar, proud warriors willing to do anything to increase their fighting prowess, and the Aldrea, loyal people with knowledge of farming and inventions. It was the Aldrea who first built a seaworthy vessel, and went on to form a clan of all races, those who sought freedom, who heard the sea call their name, the Grecasia. These clans, whilst different in nature, existed in the same world, a world of wonder, of rich diversity and creatures yet undiscovered, of earth, sea, and sky, a world of danger, intrigue, and most of all, magic. But now our world is threatened. A darkness has come, an infection, spreading seeds of destruction through our crops, our livestock, our people, unaffected by any and all attempts to stop it. It spreads with an untold ferocity. I, along with most of our people, have fear. I scour the books, retrace our steps, pore over all records of our history, and still I find no answers. But today that changes. Time is running out and I'm going against everything I believe in. But despite this, for the first time, I feel hope. Because I found something.
Hello, everyone. So we've got, let's see, Jose Juan, Evelyn, Nike, Colton, and...
Eduardo.
Yes, I know. I was deciding whether or not I was going to give his full title of bisexual werewolf icon, Eduardo. They're all headed to the auction at the Lefty Casino. Nike has texted Briggs, but I want to see about when that comes in. We'll say it comes as you're headed up to City Park, and you get to decide what Briggs does with that information from there. You've got 2 Fae with you, the Corys.
Well, I think as we're driving over there, I'm like, so y'all hungry?
What do you have?
Well, the city has lots of stuff. I mean, what do you like to eat?
Plums.
So, like, he stops at like a little fruit stand, you know, like in the market area. Yeah. So we stop there. I mean, we get out and I get him some snacks. I'm trying to be nice to them because I feel like Briggs is trying to be like Briggs is trying not to be like an old dusty old fogey anymore. Like he's trying to he got all dressed up nice. You know, he wants to be nice. He's trying to make a good impression on people. He's also trying to get in the field because he knows that somebody might be looking for him soon. You know, somebody might be coming after him. So in the back of his mind, he's like, I want to look like somebody else.
Yeah.
You know? Because he was kind of trying to, like, play the part. He's like, his old training is kind of coming back. His incognito training is coming back. Like, and, like, how to infiltrate a crowd, you know, how to... It's kind of hard for him because he's 6'3", you know, big-ass man. So, but still, like...
Yeah, he's done a pretty good job already.
So... He gets some fruit for him. You know, he grabs an apple for himself.
Yeah, Honey Crisp.
Yeah, Honey Crisp, that's his favorite. And he gives him the paper bag with some plums in it, and they head on down to the park. He probably gets the text message. Okay.
You have just never seen a person or 2 people like annihilate plums.
Hey, try not to get none on the upholstery, all right?
It's like on their faces, and they're like wiping it off and like licking it.
He reaches into the dash. Hopefully, to the thing. Hopefully, there's like some napkins or something in there. He hands it back, like, hey, clean yourself up, like children. I swear.
Yeah.
So he drives on out of the park, and he gets the text. What exactly does it say? What exactly does it say, Nike?
It says, hey, last time you borrowed my car, this time I gotta borrow yours. Also, I could use your gun. Also, I died. We'll talk about that later.
What the fuck? So, where are you? Text him back. ... Where are you?
Yeah. Like, just going. I left the casino.
Okay, how far away is that from the park?
Like 20 minutes with traffic.
Okay, so Katya said something was going down at the park, right?
Yeah, she said there was Fae activity there this morning.
I'm guessing she was probably talking about these two.
Yeah.
So Briggs finally puts that all together, and he's like, okay. Let's go to the casino. Y'all like gambling?
Their eyes both kind of flash red. Yes.
Oh, well, let's go. So we're heading on down to the casino.
Okay. So, as Briggs is driving with the Corys, I think the others are going to get there first just because they were already closer. So let's see how this goes. The larger group, you pull up in front of Lefty Casino. I mean, it is one of the largest sections of downtown just because of, just literally the space it takes up. It's very over the top, definitely embracing the carnival seasons. There are purple, green, gold lights all around it. although it's open, but it gets way, way busier at night. It definitely seems to be like the main entrance is busy-ish. But Nike, that obviously there's another entrance for people who aren't there for the casino.
Yep.
It's like old people right now, since it's like in the middle of the day.
Wow,
Totally.
that's too real. Yeah, so Nike's sort of like, well, if there isn't a huge problem in going in through the front door because there's not a lot of people there, Nike's just gonna be like, we can go in the front door. That's fine.
Okay, so you're very interestingly dressed group gets out of the Uber Black. So
I would guess it's like those shots like in movies, right? Like people getting out of the car and the shot like zooms in into each one of the characters, each one like very well dressed, except Nicolas, which is like and everyone like just pulling out the things, like putting the dress and the suit and everything is ready to get it on.
It's Ocean's 11, except like Nike's wearing a tracksuit and a nice jacket, and Jose Juan is like adjusting his suit because he's not used to wearing a suit.
Yes.
Sure,
And it's very tight. It's like very tight.
It's very tight. It's like it's up like.
This is so ironic.
It's Guardians of the Galaxy, but with tuxedos.
Oh, sure. Out front, there are palm trees. The building itself almost has like a Greek temple vibe to it.
What, sorry?
Like a Greek temple, with the columns and kind of the triangular edifice out front. And then inside, there is a live jazz orchestra, and it's already pretty dimly lit in here, even though it's not nighttime. Like you said, there are a bunch of older patrons here right now. Lots of regulars as opposed to the tourist crowd, although there are obviously some here. It's just a busy time in the city overall. And I think as you enter, you, Nike, will instantly recognize who do I want there? Steven and Selena are kind of out and about on the floor. Selena is just kind of making her rounds, and she sees you and gives you a nod as she like goes about her business. But Steven, being like the face, immediately comes over, all smiles, no tie, kind of just a nice looking blazer, but obviously he's gets by with being a little messier.
Yep.
Very kind of, shoulder length, greased back hair. And he comes up to your party just with a big smile and a handshake for you, Nike. Nike! Didn't think we'd see you today.
Any particular reason why?
Well, you didn't exactly get back to me. I thought you might be too preoccupied. Preoccupado.
Definitely occupied, but I wasn't gonna miss this.
Who are your friends? Introduce me. And he's looking at, all of them, really. You're all quite a sight.
Yeah. And like he's just like, Jose, Eduardo, Evelyn, Colton, you've met him. He drives me around sometimes. But yeah.
Well, as charming as all of your friends seem to be, who's actually coming back with you?
And Nike just like...
Nike, it's not really an open invitation. +1 is, allowed, but I don't think I know everyone here.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. No, sorry, let me clarify. I and probably Evelyn are actually going to the auction, but as a group, there's some business we'd like to talk about.
I
That's somewhat
see.
different. But I figured you were going to be busy with running the auction. I figured, I'd let them come along and take a step. But if they're already here, I mean, worst comes to worst, they pay you some money and you get some extra stuff, right?
He considers and looks over at Evelyn. Hi, Stephen Lethy.
Nice to meet you, Evelyn Romero. And she sort of holds out a hand.
Romero, I don't think I'm familiar. Are you representing someone?
No, I just have a love for auctions and nice things and a little bit too much money to put anywhere else, as it's just me.
You can roll Mislead Distractor trick.
Okay. I'm not good at that.
I think you all have
Actually,
like advantages and crits.
I was gonna say, hang on, what have I got? I'm gonna use an advantage on this one, so just roll twice, yeah?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. 9. Oh, it was lucky. I did use an advantage.
Okay. So, on a hit, they are fooled at least for a moment. On a 7 to 9, pick 2. You create an opportunity, you expose a weakness or flaw, you confuse them for some time, or you avoid further entanglement.
What was the first one again, sorry?
You create an opportunity.
Okay. Does this person look like they've come here on their own?
Steven?
Mm.
Steven
Like,
owns
obviously
this
owns
place.
it, but like, does
Yeah.
he look like he's on his own?
Yeah. Right now, yeah.
Yeah, she probably, for a moment, awkwardly looks down at what she's wearing and then steps forward
Mhm.
and sort of not loops her arm in his, but sort of just rests her hand on his upper arm. It's like, I would really like to see what's here. Just have a quick look around.
He reaches for a non-existent tie and settles for his collar. Sure, I can maybe even give you a private sneak peek.
And she sort of smiles. I'd really like that. It was Stephen, wasn't it?
Yes, Stephen Lethy. There's like a sign.
Yeah,
you
she
know.
doesn't. She's trying to like make sure that they're both just looking at each other. So it's
Totally.
yeah, fantastic. And she
Great.
stays holding on to his
Mhm.
arm.
So what did we as a group need to talk about, Nike? Is this something that could wait? Or no, we should do it now. We should do it now so later is free time.
And if he sort of like leans over to look after Selena, like, well, if your sister is not going to mind you flouting whatever it is you need to get done for the next hour before this Thindig starts, probably you have some important schmoozing to do, and I wouldn't want to distract you from that, and your several siblings' wrath.
Did you want to talk to one of them?
No, I wanted to talk to you, but it seems like you might be busy. I just wanted to double check and make sure you're good.
Look, nobody's getting here as early as you, Nike. What is it?
Can we talk somewhere that's a little less open?
Sure. Why don't you all come to my office?
Sure.
As he kind of leads you deeper into the casino, you definitely see Celine take notice of, who's going, who's part of the group. She's very good at just remembering things, and she doesn't need to write them down or anything. You know this about her. But you were brought back to Steven's office that he does not share with his other sister because Camellia would not like that.
Nope.
Yeah, but you are all gathered in the office. He starts pouring drinks for everybody.
Nike takes one and it's like, Steven, have you been getting sloppy recently?
He like looks down at himself and like straightens out
No,
what
not-
he's wearing. What are you talking about? What?
Not you. The work that you do.
Kind of looks at this group of people that he doesn't know and just looks back at you.
See, everybody here are people who I have done work with and occasionally and interact with when I'm in town. And they seem to be running afoul of a lot of botched, and like he sort of gestures vaguely at his head in a number of different ways. And that means that they're having issues, which means I'm having issues. And that's not exactly a great time to come back to. Especially with our arrangement from before.
Mistakes get made. None of us here are perfect, Nike.
I understand. I just am curious as to why you're not cleaning up your mistakes better.
Let's just say we've been preoccupied.
Is it something we can help with? Because your business is starting to infringe on my business, and I'm not a huge fan of that, and I doubt you are either.
He wipes at his nose a bit. I think everything is really gonna work itself out, Nike. I mean, has anybody... It's not like we do our work on anybody important.
No, but the work that you do on people who aren't important is attracting the attention of some really important people.
Like who?
The entire, south end of this city, for starters.
What are you talking about?
Oh, right, you can't... And Nike just oh, right, you can't smell it either. And Nike sort of looks at Jose Eduardo and is like, would either of you two like to make the point a little bit more obvious?
I share a look with Eduardo and it's like, is it?
Eduardo looks like he has no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, Nike's
nudge
looking.
him,
Nike is still looking, and if Eduardo just what? Nike's like, you know, just.
Go ahead, Jose Juan.
I stand beside Nike. I know that probably Eduardo has a way better to do this, but he's trying to kind of intimidating.
Yeah.
You know, we're trying to look like we are the goons and we are just accompanying Nike. So the way he gestures around, I nudge to Eduardo, step up and just walk to each side of Nicolas, in an intimidating way. So I don't know if I'm gonna pull that off, but what do I need to roll for that?
So what are you trying to... You're just trying to intimidate him?
From whatever... I mean, Jose Juan doesn't really know all the story what's trying to pull out Nicolas, but the way he's trying to interact with him, it seems that this person is not being as straightforward, as open as Nicolas would like. So, you know what? No, that would be very aggressive. No, I would not do that, probably. No, I would step up, come up side by side with Nicolas, cross my arms and point to Eduardo wait, muévete, cabrón, aquí, al lado, hombre.
Yeah, he stands up and he's a good, foot taller than you?
Way more, probably more, but yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he stands with you. Again, no idea what's going on. And Steven kind of leans back in his chair and kind of looks from the two of you, gives Evelyn a sorry, you have to see this smile, and looks at Nike. You trying to intimidate me, Nike?
And Nike like looks at the two of them and just like, no, that's not.
Oh wait, you thought you. Oh wait, I thought you wanted me to.
No, I wanted you to make it really. Never mind. No, I wanted you to make it obvious. I'm sorry. They're new, or at least this one is new to this. I don't know about you. I barely know you. But Nike turns around and goes, "No, like the."
Oh.
Even if Evelyn gives Nike a look, really? In here?
Yeah, Jose Juan gets really nervous and like he's looking back and forth with Eduardo, and okay, wait, and he opens his suit and he shows the gun. He probably
Jesus fuck. Okay.
Um,
Just like, oh my god.
Steven is perfectly still.
Wait, how did he get into the casino with a gun?
exactly. I would love
Because
to know
Nike
that.
knows him.
Because nobody checked
Casino.
us. Because
There's no
Nobody.
metal detectors?
They were with Nike. Look, listen. New Acadia is a dangerous place, Raven. Okay, how are you gonna get in the casino with all your guns later?
I was gonna say, wait,
That's
you were
true.
gonna Matrix this?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, he just walks in with a gun, and I'm like already like thinking all these plans. Like, no.
Oh, you just
He
go
strolls
ahead.
in
No.
like, I got a gun.
Raven, it's like the rest of the world. You find a rich friend, and suddenly all the rules don't apply to you anymore.
Easy.
And Nike just like
So seeing this, firstly,
Nike's like, no, put that away. That's baby
Oh, okay.
time. Jesus.
Oh,
Steven
oh my
reaches under his
God.
desk, and a second
Oh,
later,
sorry,
Yep.
Nicolas.
the door opens,
Uh-huh.
and Selena is there.
Yeah. No, Nike's like, all right, hold on, wait a minute. No, actually, that solves everything. Hi, Selena, could you do me a favor and give this person a sniff, please?
Evelyn is looking at her just like, is this
That-
how
that'll-
you conduct a business meeting? Because telling
Yes.
people to sniff others, flash guns, and whatever it is you're doing, this is not how you do it. There's a reason you're in trouble.
Jose
No,
Juan
he's-
is red in his face, like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Yeah.
Celine
Nike's
just says, "What is going on?"
Steven can't smell the thing just like I can't smell the thing, so we need someone who can smell the thing, and I was hoping they would have to avoid the smelling thing, but I think the smelling thing would just be easier. Could you just, like, please?
And everyone's like, yes, Nike, what is going on?
What the fuck are you talking about, Nike? Are you high?
Nicolas, would you like me to smell the man? I can do that.
No,
Um,
no, you just stop, you stop.
Okay.
Jose, just
Okay.
come here. Like, it's
Yes.
such wants
I'm
to
so
take him
sorry.
away from Nike.
Yeah,
not
sorry.
Nike's
anywhere
just
else.
like, Steven,
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry.
you know the entire group of people who lives down in the barrio, right? Like, I don't have to give you a refresher on who lives there.
I never go to New Acadia East. Why would I know anyone who lives there?
And Nike just, like, looks at Celine like, your job is to know things. Do you know this? Can you explain it to your brother, please?
Are you talking about wolves, Nike?
Yes, thank you. See, that would have been so much. Like, disappointedly looks at Jose. Well, that's all I was asking. That was all. Anyways. Yeah. Like an entire section of New Acadia is just mad about a thing that your business was part of.
What?
Oh
Yeah.
yes, we're mad.
Aren't you?
Yeah.
Sorry, what is it that we did that the people in New Acadia, the wolves, are mad at? What the hell, Nike? Maybe you should just say what it is.
Nike
Because-
Nike, like, oh my god, scrolls through, finds the picture that, like,
Uh-huh.
Briggs sent him, holds it out and goes, do you remember her? Probably not, knowing you. You're a bit like me, actually. And then turns away from Steven, turns to
Right.
Celine. Do you remember her?
Are you showing him a picture of Rosa Luna?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rosa something or other.
Right. So her work went a little wonky, from what I can tell, given the last time I met her.
Oh.
Right. And not only did she not get back to the people, well, so like, you know, you and I built how this works. Somebody does the work, they do the thing, they go back to being them pre-work. Right? That's how we do it. Let people don't ask questions. Not only did she not make it back, she ended up in the hands of a vampire or a whatever the fuck that person is. And
what
then
person?
McKnight. So unless
Wait,
she's
So you were responsible for that? Oh, eso está cabrón, no. Now I get it.
Now you know why you're mad.
Now I get it. Yes, we're mad. Yes, we're
Nike
very
just
mad.
like Nike turns to Jose Juan with a look that says, "Thank you for joining the party," and then turns back
I'm
around.
sorry.
Listen,
I'm
Lauren
so
hadn't
Because-
joined the party.
Because to be fair, Nike hadn't told anybody his plan either. So I guess
Right.
But he's like, yeah. So they're all a little mad about that, which meant that I had to that somebody with a lot of guns went to go find them, and then I got roped in, and then I found out, and I know who it was, so I had to go find out. And I tried to avoid landing this on your doorstep, but then I'm finding out that other people are having botched memory jobs, and we're not cleaning, and you're not cleaning that up. What the fuck? Stop using my shit badly.
That is a lot of stuff you just slayed on me, Nike.
That's why I wanted to do this after, so you didn't go in, with a frown to your auction, but you want to do it now, so here we are.
So, I mean, did this person with a lot of guns find the girl? She okay? What does that mean?
Well, we found her. Whether or not she's safe at the moment is a detail I'm a little vague on currently.
Okay, well, Celine says you could bring her by and we could attempt to fix this.
No fix.
She squints at Jose Juan.
No, and see, I understand that you're trying to fix the problem, fixing the problem. I'm all for that. However, I really want to point out right now that it's reputations that are suffering here.
Yes.
It almost sounded like you were going to say morals, Nike.
No, what? No. Point is, your work reflects badly on you because it's getting sloppy. You get some of your merchandise that you used to do that work for me. That looks bad on me because then people are going to start assuming that it's my things going wrong, and I don't like that. So we have a problem.
Steven says, so what exactly is it we can do for you, Nike, to make you feel better?
I'd like to know exactly what went wrong, what you used, why it went wrong, so that way I can provide a suitable explanation in case someone comes on my door knocking asking why my merchandise is malfunctioning when I know it's not.
Well, we could get into all that after the auction when Camellia is available. She's the one who really handles that part of it. She's the brains of the group.
Right, so now you've caught up to the fact why I said we could do this later. But
Great.
This is your house. I didn't want to be too disrespectful considering the amount of things that's been done on. But
Wonderful. Well, I'm glad we're all on the same page now. Celine, and he points at Jose Juan. Celine comes in and kind of holds out her hand for the gun.
Oh, yes, sure. Yeah. Take it.
Yeah, she does.
And Nike turns to him and says, I am so sorry. I forgot he had that.
My bad. I should have checked someone I didn't know.
Water under the bridge. Nobody got shot. I think we're doing okay.
So why don't you all head to the bar, and I will come in. You'll be collected when the auction officially begins. There will be a little time to peruse the wares before everything kicks off.
Oh, can I ask you a quick question, Stephen? Just one more logistical note before I go.
Sure, please
Sorry.
make it a simple one.
This person running this auction, I've heard their name, Rui Zhu, right? Is that right?
There's definitely a pause, and he comes back with, yeah, she's, what do you call it? Kind of an appraiser of sorts. Arranged this whole thing for us. She's a good friend of the family.
I was about to say, I hadn't seen that name before. Where does she come from? What's her resume like?
I'm sure you can ask her. She'll be here soon.
Seems interesting that you're doing business with somebody I've never heard before. That's all. I was just curious as to there's something going on that I should know about.
You don't know everything, Nike.
But I can try.
Well, get the fuck out of my office.
Yeah. Can I roll to figure him out before I go?
Yep. He is in your faction, so even if you miss, you'll get 1.
8.
Okay, so you hold 3, actually.
Okay.
And he holds 1 on you.
Seems fair.
So what would you like to know?
I would like to know... So I think what Nike's really interested in is the pause when he brings up Rui's name.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Nike is... the thing I'd like to know, at least right now, are 2 things. One, what is Steven worried might happen if he talks too much about Rui? Because he seems to be dancing around that issue too much.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Let me answer that first.
Okay.
Steven is worried that he'll give you more information than he's supposed to. Especially because Steven's high.
That seems about right,
he's
actually.
He's done coke recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds about right, actually. And actually, then leaning into that, I'd like to know who's pulling his strings, if it's Rui or someone else that's sort of brought them all together into this.
It's Rui.
It is Rui. Okay. Excellent. Cool. I will hold that other one for now.
And I think the one he's going to ask you is, what's your character hoping to get from him?
Nike is hoping to get more information as to who Rui is, specifically in the last year or 2.
Yeah.
Because Nike, Steven, I think will probably figure out that Nike knows Rui already, but the capacity in which he knows Rui is not the same at all as the one in which Steven seems to know her, and that is worrying to him.
Gotcha. Okay, so the group of you gets to leave without Celine beating your asses.
Yay!
And I want to go out to Briggs with the Corys, which is my new favorite thing, Briggs and the Corys. Yeah, what are you doing after you have this communication with Nike?
So I guess we're gonna pull up to the casino, and can I park the car myself, or is it valet?
They have valet. There is some parking, and there's a parking garage nearby.
Okay. Now, would Briggs know anything about this casino? Has he been here before? Does he know any history about it?
Why don't you investigate a place of power with mortality?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, investigate a place of power with mortality. Boop.
Yep. Okay. So, on a hit, you see below the surface to the reality underneath. So this is called the Lethe Casino. You know that they're a pretty big name in New Acadia. It's an old family. There's Stephen, Camellia, and Celine. This place, though, it is a legit casino, but there have been mostly rumors till now that they have some dealing with vampires. That they basically have a setup where the employees that come in, they make deals with, they do some kind of memory wipe, and basically those people get fed on for a certain amount of time and then fired, but not really fired. So there's rumors of this. It hasn't ever been confirmed. But it's
I'm guessing Briggs can kind of put 2 and 2 together and think like, it's probably where they brought Luna.
It would make sense.
Yeah. All right, so I guess we're gonna pull into the parking garage, and Briggs is gonna be on the lookout for like any kind of like service entries. Like maybe he sees like cooks coming in and out. You know?
Yeah. There's a loading
Bus
dock.
boys.
Yeah, it's a really busy time, so there's lots of stuff going in and out of the loading dock, like on the back end near the river.
Okay, so Briggs is gonna to find a parking spot as close to the loading dock as possible, and he's gonna come around the back, and he's gonna let the Corys out. He's got his gun in his coat, but no one can see it. But he's gonna be like, "All right, now play along. All right, play along. Come with me." Locks up the car, goes on the loading dock. All right, this way now. Come on, we're gonna be late. Walks over to the loading dock. All right, I just come in through here, right? This says to the nearest worker.
Yeah, there's a guy there is like, hold on a minute, sir. This is workers entry only.
Yeah, I got 2 workers right here for the show later. You know, they're performers, but I can't bring them in for the front. You know, they're a little crazy. I gotta bring them in through this way so no one sees them. Is that all right? All right, yeah. Do I gotta?
Yeah, you gotta make you can do mislead, distract, or trick, or persuade. It's probably mislead, distract, or trick, I think, based on what you're doing. It's under mind. Mind.
Okay, here we go. Huh? Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so they are fooled, at least for the moment. On a 7 to 9, pick 2. You create an opportunity, you expose a weakness or flaw, you confuse them for some time, or you avoid further entanglement.
I can pick 2 of those?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to avoid further entanglement, and I'm going to confuse them for a while.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, you boys are doing great work. To take out a little stack of bills, put it in their hand. Hey, spread this around to the boys. Y'all have a good blessed day. All right, have a good day. All right, let's go. Come on, they ain't gonna wait for us all day now. And I'm gonna usher the Corys in.
They go with you. I feel like the workers are just like, fucking Mardi Gras shit. And you have entered through the back of the casino.
Perfect.
Where are you headed?
Just gonna try to make my way onto the casino floor.
Okay. Do you want to be on the main floor? Do you want to be Are you trying to find the auction, or are you trying to find your friends?
I'm gonna call Nike.
Okay. Yeah.
Do I get reception in here?
Yeah. We'll say this is for now anyway. We'll say this is after the conversation in Steven's office. I don't even know what to call that, but yes, you call Nike.
Yeah.
It rings like 2 more times than it probably should have. Like, oh, what? Yeah, hi, Briggs.
I'm inside. Where do I meet you?
Inside where?
The casino.
Like, clearly looking around to see if he can see Briggs. Yeah, like where in the? It's a big casino, Briggs. Where
are you?
At the bar.
I'm on my way. All right, so heading out onto the main casino floor, looking for I'm sure the Corys see all the bright lights, and they're getting a little fascinated.
I mean, they're from the Feywild, so maybe not. I don't know. They're I think once you step in, you see both of them kind of do that sniff the air thing that some of your other friends have done. And they start whispering to each other.
Hey, friends don't keep things from each other.
They kind of think for a moment. Kara's here. We can smell her.
How far away?
Not far.
I think Briggs is like in his like inside. He's like, holy shit! But outside, he's like, so, y'all want to play?
What are we playing?
Well, we're gonna play casino here, and he brings him over to where they get chips or like whatever coin tokens or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like the token thing for like the machines, and he just puts in some money and just gets a bunch of tokens. And he fills up one of the cups and he's like, "You can play in any one of these games. I'm gonna be right over here by the bar. Just come over and get me when you run out of coins, okay?"
They look at you, and again, it's all in unison, and their eyes just slightly squint at the way that you're talking to them, and then they smile and both turn in tandem and walk away with their like little bucket of tokens.
Don't go too far now. I'll find you in just a little bit.
Don't worry, we'll find you.
Okay. And Briggs is just gonna be like, oh shit, and just head on, try to find the bar wherever they are.
Yeah. There's a huge bar with like glass shelves going up. It's more of like a showpiece than a functional bar, although it functions okay.
I doubt any of the party are going to recognize him, even even if they're looking directly at him, they're not going to understand like who he is. So he's going to look for them discreetly. Maybe see any kind of like he's obviously probably looking for Jose Juan first, because like short guy, you know what I mean, a very distinct look, especially around here.
Sure.
But he's probably not going to recognize him because of what he's wearing either. So.
Probably the easiest person to recognize is Evelyn.
Okay.
I think she looks the most like herself. Just a different style of clothing.
And so he's gonna head on over there and scan around, see if he sees anybody else familiar, and just be on the lookout since he knows you know who who should not be named is around here. Okay, does Briggs have any luck finding the party?
Yeah, totally. They are quite a sight with Nike in his fancy track attire and Jose Juan in this bright kind of powder blue modern suit. Evelyn in her very kind of form-fitting dress. Eduardo in a suit. Colton looks not good. But yeah, you can find them.
So I guess he sees them and he's kind of looking at him like, what the hell are they wearing? Like, especially Jose Juan.
I want to look back with the same look.
Yeah.
And he just steps on over to where Nike and Jose Juan are, and he's like, I guess it's always happy hour somewhere. Just kind of you hear his voice, then you might turn around.
Yeah.
And see.
Nike turns around, clocks Briggs, turns back around and does a double take. It's like, and then looks at Jose Juan, and then looks at Briggs. Looks at Evelyn. Wow, they clean up nice.
Yeah, Jose Juan is running towards Senor Briggs. Senor Briggs! Is that you? Oh, you look so awesome! Look at you!
Jose.
You're very fancy. Look at me! Check this out, man! Look at this!
Wow, you look great. I never knew you'd clean up so nice. Look at you.
Yes.
Evelyn leans towards Nike. Is like, this is adorable.
Take a picture now while you get a chance. Believe me.
Nike's like,
I
all
will.
right. Pulls out the phone and is like, absolutely. This is. Yep.
They pose for a little picture, just
I caught him and I was like,
yeah, I'm taking a photo.
Evelyn.
Yeah.
I think when you look at Briggs, I mean, you see his new attire, but also around his wrist, you see a kind of indigo colored bracelet of just light, but only you can see it.
I'm assuming I would know where this sort of thing comes from.
Yeah, it definitely looks fey in nature. It's a sign of a deal being struck.
Yeah, she knows her deals, and she walks over to Briggs and she's like, "Can I talk to you just for a moment? Separately? We'll go get a drink."
Okay, okay. I turn around and go back to Nicolas.
Don't worry, Jose Juan. I ain't going far. I'll be right back. You look handsome, by the way. You got dressed like that more often.
And right, okay. And she sort of tries to lead him away. And only like just to the other side of the bar, not anywhere else. And she looks down at his wrist again and she's like, "You've only been gone a day and you've already struck a deal with a fae?"
What's the plural for fey?
Fey.
Fey.
Looking from like the bar, just Fey. Also, what do you mean plural?
Did you?
Everyone
dropping son
pulls
of a
him
bitch.
farther away.
And I literally put a hand on his chest to start pushing him down the other end of the bar. She's like, "Are they here?"
Yeah. Guess who else is here?
And she
Well,
sort
I'm
of
guessing
winces.
I'm guessing you can guess.
At the moment, let's stick to the fae. What deal did you make, and are they here?
They're around here somewhere, playing on the machines. I guess
on the machines.
Yeah. I guess I asked them for some information, and I got it.
I hope the information was worth it.
Kara got Una.
That's problematic.
And,
But when you say they're on the machines, have you adopted them? Are they your buddies now, or are they just following you around?
Apparently, we're friends.
You're friends with some fae.
I guess Briggs can kind of like, maybe he has some knowledge of it too, but like she's guessing like he can't see it, like probably with his naked eye, like maybe he could sense it or something. He already knows what he did, obviously.
Yeah.
So he's like,
Can I bring
guess
it to his attention if he can't see it? Like literally hold up his hand.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you can call this our friendship bracelet.
I hate that.
Becky
Also,
has slid
you're
over.
taking this far too lightly, and I'd like to push Briggs further away again as
Yeah,
Mikey
yeah.
moves closer.
And Becky's like, no, hold up, no, important. Really important, actually. Did you say, like, before you pushed away the second time, did you say something, you learned something about Kara?
We'll talk.
Oh my god. And then, like, Nike goes back and, like, gets a drink ready for Briggs in a hot second.
What did you ask them? And did they ask for anything in return yet?
They told me what Kara's looking for.
Well,
And they asked me to be their friend. Hand to whatever god you believe in.
well, then you have acquired 2 new friends.
Sure as hell seem to be making a lot of new friends lately.
Yes, but not all of them are offering debts and contracts, and they're not things to be taken lightly. Trust me.
I understand.
Just be wary. And did you give them the coins for the games and things like that?
I did.
Why?
I just wanted to get them out of my hair for a moment, to be honest with you. They were messing in my car and making all sorts of weird noises. I just needed a little bit of time alone, to be honest. I'll go find them in a little bit. They should be over in that direction over there somewhere.
Some alone time, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, well, maybe just... And she sort of gives a weak smile. Just watch what you say to them, and more what they say to you.
Well, like I told you, They did say you know who is here, so...
Yes, and she sort of does look around and look slightly nervous at that, because I don't think Evelyn properly saw her, didn't encounter her fully, and sort of looks to Briggs. Is it? I know you like your weapons and all of those sorts of things, and they're very, very useful, but not against Faye.
You're right. But I was hoping maybe you would, know something a little bit more.
And you can see there's genuine concern on her face that she's not trying to show it. And Lauren, do I know anything else about Faye contracts purely on what I know on my version of contracts?
They don't take breaking contracts lightly. Their contracts are usually called promises as opposed to contracts. I mean, they do have a way of like vague speaking to get what they want, and that is probably what they did. They're not, they may seem childlike, but they're not.
Yeah, I think that's mainly why she's like, you brought them here with you and gave them cups of right. And I think she looks towards Briggs and is, we should probably have a drink with a combination of her being here, and she looks down at his wrist again. You having a promise been made. I know I could use a drink, so you definitely could use a drink.
You're damn right. Let's have one. So I guess we'll join the rest of the party again. And drinks are on me. And I put some money down.
Yeah. So all of you can drink. I think after maybe 20 minutes or so of all of you hanging out in your new duds, Stephen comes over and says, Ms. Romero, I believe we were going to get a sneak peek for you.
And she smiles and puts her glass down and looks to everyone else and says, I will be back in just a moment. And she will loop her arm around Stevens again if he offers it.
Yeah, he absolutely will. Your friends are strange.
You have no idea. And she'll start to follow him.
Jose Juan frowns, like,
yeah.
He looks around like...
Eduardo doesn't like it either.
You like that, Eduardo? I don't like it either.
No, of course I don't like it. Why would I like it? So, Evelyn, you are brought, I think probably upstairs, past like some larger kind of freight elevators. It's not, like, it's still well decorated and everything up here, but it's obviously less used. I mean, Steven's obviously like feeling very important as he kind of opens a large set of double doors near the back. And you see a couple of things. Firstly, there's like, it's looking out onto the river. It's a beautiful view. There are very large glass panes. It looks like they can be covered easily with curtains. Right now they're open as the different items are being set up. There's only a small group of chairs, and there are a couple people already in here. You see, I think you know Camellia. So you see her. I think you two vaguely know each other. You've spoken before, at least. And she's kind of putting like last minute touches on everything. You see a couple of other people who have been let in early. One is Samael. Another is Kara McKnight. And the third, who is talking to Kara at this moment, is Rui Tsu. And I think that's where we're going to end tonight's session. Just as we're on the precipice of whatever this is, I think it's a good time to end there before we get our entire group into the auction action, whatever it may end up being. So
I both love and hate that I'm in this room on my own with all these people.
Right?
Like, there's things I could do, but at the same time, it's like, oh.
I will just hide now.
It's a full
On second
package
thought, I
in
would
there.
like to leave.
You know what? I don't need to say anything. I'm going to get as far away from this building as possible. But I'll hand it over to you, Alice.
Hey, wonderful. Thank you. I love this game so much. So please check out all the links that are coming up in chat now. That includes the Discord, where we have a channel just for this game, and we would love to hear what you think. Also, please check out YouTube. It's where we've got all of our playlists of all of our campaigns if you want to catch up. And if you want to get into a game, go and drop Scrat a DM on Twitter and we will get you a game. Also, please check out our wonderful sponsors in the form of Magehand Press. They have their Dark Matter now out in hardback, which is D&D in space, and you will have seen one of our other viewer games, our Fey Folio, running yesterday if you want to come and give that a go. We also have the Deck of Many Things, the Magic Moving Spell cards, who are launching their Kickstarter in May with so many fancy stuff, which looks really amazing, including the moving tarot cards, which I'm particularly excited for. Also Hero Forge with the 3D printed coloured minis, with our show on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. EDT if you want to see how their beta is working. That will be being released soon. Last but certainly not least, also Dungeon Fog for your map making needs, your note taking needs, and whenever you update one, the other one automatically updates so that you can keep all your information where you want it. Otherwise, keep evoking emotions, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Okay, everyone, let's go on a raid. Today, I think we're going to go and raid Acadian. Acadian, a very entertaining streamer who has been doing all sorts of awesome gameplays. The last time I saw, he was playing through Dad of War. Looks like today he's playing Cloudpunk. Not really sure what Cloudpunk is, but I'm excited to learn about it. Why don't we head over and why don't we drop why don't we drop a raid, and why don't we go over and take the hype with us? Give them the Academy welcome, get in and start up a hype train. There's your command there. Let's start a hype train. I'm gonna throw some bits in as well, and let's go and give them a good old raid. All right, we will see you. Well, we'll be back tomorrow on Tales from the Grim and Gilding Light. We look forward to seeing you there. Until next time, we'll see you later. Keep on evoking emotions.